A farm in Audrain County has been home for Robert Schutte all his life. When he and his wife married, they bought an 80-acre farm that 26 years and 6 children later has grown to 885 acres. That may sound big, but just to make a living, most farming families need nearly 500 acres. A German living in Spain recently bought a farm that borders Schutte's land. Schutte says such foreign investors are hurting the chances of family farmers by boosting the cost of already expensive land.
Well, we have land selling from $1,000 to probably $1,200 an acre, particularly right in this area. I bought this farm in 1952, and it ran $150 an acre, and we've just seen a gradual increase to the present price now.
Schutte says Doan Management sold the land to the German for more than the going price. He heard the old owner wanted $1,650 an acre for the land. Land Schutte says is worth only $1,200 at the going rate. A company spokesman says the land sold for $1,500 an acre, or $660,000, which, depending on your point of view, is either $122,000 too high or a reasonable price. The company says the price is fair. Farmer Schutte says it's not. At a real estate office in Jefferson City, former Missouri Director of Agriculture Dexter Davis says it's nothing new that farmers can't afford to expand.
And this has been going on for 50 years. Our farms have been getting larger and larger and larger and larger as the requirements of, from the mule and plow to a modern-day tractor have gotten bigger.
But you wouldn't blame that then on higher prices of land?
No, I would not blame this on higher prices of land. The price of land is basically always above what it will return.
Davis says his company has sold about 18,000 acres to foreign investors at a good profit.
In total dollars, we've sold approximately $14 million worth of land, and that is in cooperation with ourselves and other realtors and other brokers throughout the United States.
And what does that represent in a dollar figure to the company in terms of a commission?
Well, that's very hard to put a figure on that because it depends on how many brokers we have to cooperate with. It would probably represent 2 of all sales, and by the way, the $14 million is sales throughout the United States, not just in Missouri. But I would say that you're talking about approximately a 6% commission for everyone, but it's split many times with a European broker.
6% means about $1 million. But Davis says land in the state is now so high-priced his firm no longer sells Missouri farms to foreign investors. Like many other farmers, Robert Schutte is concerned about more than the price of the land. He says the new owners have plowed it from fence to fence, including the ditches.
They're out to get all they can out of this land. They plowed some ground that hasn't been plowed for a number of years, and I can see there's going to be some erosion problems on it. And I'm sure if I owned land 3,000 or 4,000 miles from here, where I couldn't take care of it or work it, maybe I wouldn't care how I took care of it either. The person living on the land and working the land has more concern for the land than an absentee landlord.
But realtor Dexter Davis says most of the foreign buyers are concerned about the land.
Most Europeans are very conserving in nature. Their country is small, there are very few acres there, their land is very dear to them. And I would not be surprised to say that they are probably putting more land in production, but if they do put it in production, they're putting it in with the best techniques possible. They are taking their money that they're not interested in taking their profits back to Europe. They are interested in leaving their money on the farm and, of course, improving the farm, improving the soils, improving the conservation measures. And I would say that is probably true of every European or every alien that I've been associated with.
Robert Schutte isn't worried just about conservation, but future generations. He says his 3 sons are lucky. They already have land. But what about other young people trying to get a start in farming?
No, there's no way they can unless they have a lot of backing from their relatives or father or someone that has a lot of money.
So, I mean, what's everybody so up in the air about? We have a problem with balance of trade. We need the dollars in, we need the flow of dollars into this country. And here is something that we've got our cake and eating it too. We're getting the dollars and we got the profit. And they're going to have somebody farm it. Whether it's a young farmer, whether it's an old farmer, but somebody's going to have to farm that property.
But Robert Schutte says the future of a family in farming is uncertain unless some changes are made.
Well, we're going to have to make it so the family can make a living on the farm.